My review of Joyride. So this is sold as a racing game, but I'll put it closer to a programming game. So what you do every turn, starting from the second turn, is you take the dice from the previous turn that you rolled and lock in or choose not to change up to 4 of those dices. Then you shift gears, and depending on the gear you have, that's how many more dice you add, and that's how many dice you will roll or re-roll if you chose not to lock in dice from a previous turn. You will move twice and possibly steer twice. One time you'll move by locking in dice from a previous turn, and the second time you move is when you actually roll. You do not change what you roll. What you roll not only affects your current turn, it will affect your next turn, because then you'll have a new dice pool to lock in for your first movement per turn. Also, you do not need to cross the checkpoints and the finish lines from the same side. In fact, the last race I was playing with my daughters, we actually crossed the finish line from opposite ends. In other words, there is no track. There's just checkpoints you have to reach. And usually I don't recommend programming games to new board gamers. However, this game, because it's like dice drafting and programming, I'll recommend it to new gamers also. Because all you're really doing is choosing what dice you want to carry over to the next turn and what dice you want to re-roll. That's all. Now, there is also a lot of wackiness in the game, and that is why I also recommend it, because when you program your car, you have to keep in mind where the car is facing. However, if someone crashes into you, it changes where you're facing. It actually spins your car, and now your whole plan, your whole programming is out of whack. The box does say 12 plus, but my 10 and 8-year-old both got it. Let me know how it goes for you guys.